Did you see Keira Knightley's response? Yeah, I did. And I don't really accept anyone being like, I don't really know what's going on. Oops, sorry. I know Keira Knightley is not a celebrity who's online, but it's like, maybe pay attention to what's going on with J.K. Rowling in the real world. Like, not even...
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really not good. So here's the
I'm
full...
breaking the new Harry Potter audiobooks. I was wondering, are you aware that some fans are calling for a boycott, giving J.K. Rowling's ongoing campaign against trans people?
I was not aware of that, no. I'm very sorry. You know, I think we're all living in a period of time right now. We're all going to have to figure out how to live together, aren't we? And we've all got...
So here's my question. And I know we've gone over this a million times and the question has never changed. Why is it that we are expected to be the ones to live with bigots when bigots don't have that same expectation? J.K. Rowling does not want to live alongside trans people. J.K. Rowling, who's also pro-Israel, doesn't want to live alongside Palestinians, like, express and advocates expressing their right to self-determination. Do you know what I mean by this? Where it's like, I'm so tired of this attitude. Yeah, the classic paradox of tolerance. There's a line I saw one time. There's a line I saw one time that was like, a bigot says for you, well, why don't you just meet me in the middle, right? Okay, so we're told meet me in the middle. Well, guess what happens, all right? You take one step forward, and they take one step back, and then they go meet me in the middle. And then you're expected to take another step. And by forward, I mean backwards, right? By backwards. So essentially, imagine it like this. It's, why don't you meet me in the middle? Okay, we go into the middle. Yes, the ratchet effect. The ratchet effect, which is how policies continually shift rightward over time. Because those of us on the left are told, hey, we all need to get along, okay? We all just need to, we need to figure out a way to come together. Let's reach across the aisle. And essentially, it forces the left, center, yeah, I mean, the left, like broad, anything left of right, to come towards the right.
Very different opinions. So I hope that we can all find respect.
I hope that we can all find respect. This isn't just internet. This isn't just like a small group of people on the internet, these angry, radical internet leftists who are boycotting her. It's like, you should be aware of the types of legislation that J.K. Rowling is passing in the UK. Yeah, like, you have Google. Also, I'm sorry, but I just can't. I have a hard time believing that people aren't aware of the rift with J.K. Rowling and other anti-trans public figures, and then people in Hollywood. Here, we.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
How do you find respect with people who do not value you as a human being? How do you find respect with people who are not offering that respect to you? Because it's not a difference of opinions. It's a difference of who gets rights. When your opinions are a matter of who you think is deserving of liberties and dignity in this world, it's not a difference of opinion. It's a difference of humanity. It's a difference of how you view the rights of human beings. And it's dependent on who those human beings are. So I'm exhausted by this. And the other thing is, like, J.K. Rowling is not your bigoted aunt at the Thanksgiving table. She is a billionaire. She is using her many funds to actively cause harm to people. She is funding anti-trans legislation. She is using her profits that she is continuing to reap from things like the Harry Potter show to strip people's liberties from them. These people self-report that they don't see trans rights as human rights and that they don't care what happens to trans people. Yes, I think it's very obvious that they are signaling that they are obviously in a very privileged, cozy position in life, which, look, plenty of people are who are also advocates for those being targeted. But I think celebrities like Keira Knightley and others who keep saying kind of the same thing as her are really showing their asses. And it's like, yeah, we know that J.K. Rowling doesn't affect you. We know that. You're making it quite obvious that you are not doing your best to ensure that other people from groups you do not belong to are not losing their rights. Alan Cumming is the only one I can think of who really continues to speak up. I mean, there are celebrities who speak up, like Sabrina Carpenter, you know, she at, the VMAs, she brought out drag queens. They had like Protect the Dolls, all that. Alan is amazing though. He's so good. Like and Pedro Pascal, let's not forget my king, who, remember, his advocacy for trans people is what caused the smear campaign against him. You know, that's where that came from. Chapel, David Tennant's amazing, Mark Ruffalo. So there are people who still speak up, but there are also, Miriam Margolis. Also, this is like, this is a quote that I saw and I went, this is absolutely something for my community. Miriam Margolis, who was also in Harry Potter, on describing herself as unapologetically woke. Hell yes, sister. Hell yes. She's like, oh, I'm woke as hell and I will not apologize for it. She said, I am. I'm a left wing and I love it. I love being a lesbian. I'm not going to apologize for that. It's great fun. It's great fun.
Before all that, I recently told Jimmy Kimmel that you can say whatever you want in Ireland, and we're about to put that to the test, as my first guest is a BAFTA-winning actress, a best-selling author, an
Alaskan
activist,
bullworm,
and
thank you for the 2
international
months.
treasure who tells it like it is.
Have you heard about what's happening to our communities here in Alaska? There's severe flooding and people's homes are washing away. No, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I hope everything is okay with you. Centrist liberals are using the same strategies they have since at least the 2000s. They still think that it's an acceptable response. It wasn't then, and it's even more so not now. Right. It's like, y'all, with everything going on, we have to dig our heels in even more. Okay? There is no capitulating. There is no meeting in the middle on human rights. I will never, just like Miriam Margolis, I will never apologize. I am unapologetically woke. If that's what woke is. If woke is believing in the rights of all human beings, then call me Miss Woke. Does this mean you are pro Shersha in atonement now? You know what? What the hell? Sure. No. Actually, no. Actually, no. Never. I'm sorry, I can't. That is a step too far. The Alaska stuff is a nightmare. Underreported houses are being swept away in some instances. Nasty stuff. Jeez. Gosh. A powerful typhoon that swept homes off their foundations killed at least one person. Of course, before Alaska flooding, EPA canceled $20 million flood protection grant. Why is this always the case? Why is it always like there is a disaster that strikes and then we find out that right before, thank you for the 38 months, not Merrick's, thank you for the 2 months, and Sky, thank you for the 37 months. But thank God the National Guard is picking up garbage in DC. It's great. Calling it wasteful DEI spending. It's like, what do these words even mean anymore? Yeah, what? Our media increasingly refuses to cover climate crises. I will say this over and over again. Never forget that the existential climate crisis was not even on the 2024 presidential election docket. We didn't talk about healthcare. It was a footnote. The climate crisis. We have backtracked on the little progress. If chat wants to donate to help the Native Alaskan villages that were affected by Typhoon Halong, there's an Indigenous collective donation page. Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Here, let me quickly look at this, just so we can see what this is. Alaska Community Foundation. In response to recent severe storms, including Typhoon Halong, that devastated Alaska's western coast, local community organizations and regional partners, and this is what ends up happening because federal funding is either it's cut, it's not enough, and so essentially it comes down to the community, both local and also broader. It's the collective of people who care and want to ensure that their neighbors, and doesn't matter if you live in the Midwest, East Coast, like these are still our neighbors. We really GoFundMe everything. I know. So regional partners have come together to establish the Western Alaska Disaster Relief Fund housed at the Alaska Community Foundation. 2 major storm systems struck Western Alaska in rapid succession, bringing record flooding, extreme winds, and extensive damage from, forgive me, Quigilingok to Kotzebue. Homes have been damaged and destroyed, critical infrastructure compromised, and subsistence resources disrupted. The Disaster Relief Fund will provide support to affected communities for immediate relief, recovery support, and long-term resilience, including disaster preparedness initiatives. Distribution decisions will be guided by advisors, including regional leaders and stakeholders, ensuring resources reach affected communities based on locally identified needs. The Western Alaska, you know what it is? I think it's because I'm really tired. I haven't been sleeping well at all, and I've just been cranking caffeine. And so sound them out, girl. Also the CTE. Yeah. The Western Alaska Disaster Relief Fund brings together a growing list of local, regional, and statewide partners endorsing the fund, which includes all these groups. For foundation and corporate giving, gifts of stock, or other complex gifts, please contact Megan Cacciola, VP of Programs and Grants. Okay, thank you, Gremlo, for sharing that. Okay, great. I just made a donation. If you are able to, sorry, that music is loud. If you're able to give anything or to share the link to help out our community members who are in that area and just the people there in general. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, Ryan, thank you for the 9 months. All right. So we were talking about Miriam Margolis, who is unapologetically woke and who loves being gay. Whilst occasionally
using words that rhyme with duck, runt, stick, and tanker, which means she'll fit in just perfectly right here. Would you please welcome Miriam Margolyes?
This woman.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back to Ireland.
You're
I know
telling
you
me
always
this lady is
had a
woke
twinkle in
and
your eye
gay?
already. You always have a bit of fun here.
I love it here. I love it.
Look, congratulations on this. This is the new book, the little book.
Yeah, that's it, everybody.
That is it.
It's only, I think it's only about 17 quid. It's not much.
No, it's not much, but it's got all the good stuff in it. It's got laughs.
And some of the bad.
And the truth.
And the truth.
Which is
That's
basically the two things we need at the moment, laughs and the truth.
Yes, we do. Actually, you're quite right about that. He is right, isn't he, folks? Don't you think? The truth is not around a lot these days.
Oh.
Especially from our politicians, I'm afraid.
No.
Our politicians. I don't know about yours, but...
I think it's pretty much the same all over, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
This book is a size that can be used in the smallest room in the house.
Like
Was that...
me a bit. It's I can be used anywhere. But it's for the lavatory because it's not for the coffee table and it's not for kids. Don't leave it anywhere where kids can read it.
No.
She's like, this ain't Harry Potter. She once famously said, yes, this is an iconic line. Those people need to grow up when asked about adults who still bring up Harry Potter to her. She's so... Jesus. She's so funny. She's so funny. She's also super rad. She's very pro-Palestine, very pro-trans rights, unapologetically woke and gay.
It's reading a few bits and pieces in it, and it's...
You understand why I say that?
I do. I very much do. It's and obviously, if you're reading this on the toilet, you don't mind people reading it on the toilet because I know you're very open about these things. You're very much a better out than in type person.
Absolutely. And I think, every day we need a bowel movement. It's absolutely essential. This will assist it.
Okay. There's a lovely story in there about things going slightly slack at the back in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which...
Well, I'm not going to say I don't like him. I didn't like him at the time because he farted in my face. And he farted in my face because I let one out in rehearsal. But I was actually, on the ground being killed by him, as a glass table slicing me. And he farted in my face. He did it deliberately. And it was vile. Now, sometimes my farts are smelly and sometimes they're not. You never know it.
So I think she is referencing the film End of Days. It is a horror movie from 1999. And Arnold plays a New York detective. Arnold plays a New York detective who is an alcoholic. Classic like alcoholic who probably has a dead wife or something. And he saves Gabriel Byrne. Never mind. He saves Gabriel Byrne from an assassin, finds himself embroiled in a religious conflict and must protect an innocent young woman played by Robin Tunney, who is chosen by evil forces to conceive the Antichrist with Satan. I don't know how Miriam factors in here. I have not seen this one. I have not seen End of Days. But this is the film that they were both in. Oh, yeah, that movie was not great. Do you know what I love about this community? There will at least be one person who has seen any film that we reference ever. Maybe multiple people who are like, oh, yeah, I saw that. Friday night, thank you for the 36 months.
Advance, you just hope they come alone, and they usually do. But I thought it was mean of him because he was in a position of power, and he shouldn't have done it.
No, he shouldn't have done it. I didn't realise there was such a thing as fart etiquette, but you have a few rules in here about...
You know what? Get her on Fear And. Seriously. Get Miriam Margolyes on Fear And to talk about farts for hours on end. Get her on.
You kind of have to claim your farts, even
I
if you're
got
in
you
a
your
lift.
next guest.
Yes, and you must warn.
Dude, she would be so
warn
funny.
people first.
Okay.
And if you're in the lift and it happens, you admit it. But what happens when everybody goes out and then you fart in the lift and then you come to another floor and the door opens and people are coming in? You have to say, it was me. You have to say, I mean, I know I'm the only person in the lift and it was me. But I think it helps because otherwise there's a sort of uneasiness everywhere.
Yes. No, I know what you're saying. And what's the signal to let people know, or do you just...
You just say, I've just farted.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need a signal, darling.
You know what, Beach? So true. Get her as a guest for yourself. Viren has had it too good for too...
Oh, he's a dear boy. I thought at the time, this was in Romeo and Juliet, that he was gay because he kept wearing a dress. But he wasn't. He isn't. And I was wrong. So I can be wrong. I can be wrong, and I will admit it. But
Is this where the people thinking Leo DiCaprio's gay is coming from? Do I have to step in again? Do I have to step in again and be like, let me remind you of all the stories that I have? Okay, I have a question. Wait, isn't this like the fifth time that Kylie has tried to do King Kylie? Like she announces King Kylie, but then doesn't really do anything with it. So King Kylie, that was okay. I believe it was like an era around 2014 when she had like the blue hair. She had the short blue hair. I don't know. It was her edgy era. Literally just saw that on Snapchat. I already want to delete it again. Oh my God, I haven't been on Snapchat in so long. Carol, you look like the late Stephen Joe Bear Jobs. You and Hassan plan the fits back to back. No, let me just say, turtlenecks are my thing. Turtlenecks are my thing. Okay, turtlenecks have always been my thing. From when I was a child. I don't give a shit about Steve Jobs. I don't give a shit about Hassan Piker. Turtlenecks are mine. Don't even talk to me about Elizabeth Holmes. Don't even mention that lady. Farley was like, oh, I'm not dealing with this shit. Hi. Hi. Queen Kwan being disrespected once again. Yeah, I will not stand for my turtleneck erasure. No, turtlenecks never fell off. Never. Turtlenecks have never fallen off. I have always loved a turtleneck. And I think they work in every era. Okay, this is the Blade Runner. I was like, I feel like it kind of fits maybe the tech billionaire theme that I have going on with the turtleneck. Brainiac, thank you for the 22 months. Obscure Leftist, thank you for the 38 months. Lilith, thank you for the 27 months. Magnets, thank you for the 6 months. Who else did I miss in there? Anyway, how we doing, y'all? How are we? You know what? How the hell are we? How's it going? What game are we on for gaming these days? Well, I wanted to play more Ghosts of Yote, but I did not want to go to Will's stream room and get the PS5 and then set it all up again. So I think I might just play more of the... Well, I also really want to finish Little Nightmares 3, but I don't know how to because it's like broken. But I would really love to finish that game. And then I also have the bathtub or the bathhouse game. Oh, you made it to San Diego? Let us know how it is. Let us know what's going on in San Diego. How are the vibes? Did you get soft locked in Little Nightmares 3? Yes. Will and I played for almost 4 hours, and then right at the end, we were soft locked. This rumor has no source, but what would you think if it was real? I refuse to believe this is real. They have done this in the past with other actors claiming that they're playing Voldemort. I refuse to believe this is real. Absolutely not. And also, I think this has been a rumor before. Please be a hoax. I mean, look, if this were real. Yeah, how about we just have J.K. Rowling play Voldemort? How about that? This is as real as me hosting the Tonys, I want to say. I want to say this is as real as me hosting the Tonys. So here's the thing. If this turns out to be true, then what does that say for me hosting the Tonys? So it's kind of a win-win either way, where the idea of saying this is as real as me hosting the Tonys is that it's not real. But if it were to be real, maybe I'm hosting the Tonys then. I don't know. I don't know why she would do this. I really don't know why. But if for some reason this were real, obviously it would be very disappointing. That's it. It would be incredibly disappointing. It would be really, really surprising that she would take on this role.